Hello, to my fellow survivors. How you guys doing today? I hope well. I probably won't talk that loud in this video today, you guys, because there is people in the house sleeping and I don't want to wake nobody up. So I'm gonna try to get these messages out the best way that I can. But I've been pretty good. My week has been good. It's just been, I feel like I say the same thing because I don't really have that much different stuff going on in my life. I know I'm always a mama bear, but I still had a pretty good week, just hanging out with family and things like that, that's my life, y'all. That's my life. Hopefully it changes one day. I'm just enduring and just letting God guide me. So that's all I really do, you guys. But today's subject is I'm going to be talking about oh my god, I gotta sneeze. My bad, y'all. I really had to sneeze, and I have like the loudest sneeze ever. So I wasn't going to sneeze on camera because y'all would have been scared. Okay. Anyways, today's subject is we're going to talk a little bit about spiritual warfare. We're going to talk about spiritual warfare, especially on those that are targeted out. This is going to be a pretty deep subject, you guys. It's going to be pretty deep because when you resonate with the term chosen one or earth angel or what's that other term? Empath. Yes. Empath, earth angels, chosen ones, pretty much all the same thing. If you feel like you resonate with that term, then this is the video for you. If you are not very sure, you can always go back and go to the search bar and type in signs of being an empath. I would really recommend people that feel like they may resonate with that term to go and do some research about empaths, because learning that you're one, it will change your life. It will open your eyes to a lot of things. And one thing that empaths, we go through a lot of spiritual warfare. Sometimes we can be very targeted out spiritually. And I think that it's very important to know exactly what you're going through. This is how I feel about it. A lot of these things that I say, it may be hard to resonate because I don't think I've really seen anybody just openly say these things. And the reason I'm just now becoming comfortable with resonating with the term chosen one and empaths and things like that. But when you explain it to just an average person that may not resonate with that term, you can come across as being maybe cocky or something like that. And I don't like to come across like that. I always like to present myself as very relatable, but I can't help the feelings that I have. I really can't help the feelings that I have, and everything that the Most High opened my eyes to. I'm not just sitting on this camera talking just to talk. I feel like my eyes have been open to who I am, and I feel like I am becoming a vessel to people around the world, hopefully people that may not know, because there's people that may not know what it's like to be an empath chosen one. So I am going to talk about that. And the number one thing that you should know, being a chosen one, is that you are you're connected to source. And when I say source, I do mean Jesus Christ, God, yes. Just think about it like this way. In the beginning I said you would be targeted out and you go through a lot of spiritual warfare, right? Just think about it this way. Christ, we all know the story. He was targeted out by people that he cared about, he was persecuted, ridiculed, all those things. And he was like one of the best humans, one of the best humans ever. So, and I'm not saying chosen ones were the best humans ever, no, but we still seem to have just a certain spirit about us, No, we're not perfect, no, but we just have a certain spirit about us. That's, throughout this video, I would explain a lot more about what it's like to resonate with something like that. But the reason why I brought up Christ is because Christ chose you. He chose you to go through a lot of spiritual warfare. He felt like you were worthy. To me, it just seems maybe he's seen a lot of himself in you, and he chose you to show the world. Like, he chose you to keep his legacy alive. You know, I guess I'll say something like that. But when you are an empath chosen one, you go through a lot of spiritual warfare. You go through a lot of things that people may not. You'll go through things that the average person probably wouldn't be able to take so gracefully. You know. This is a long intro, so so let me just say, if you want to hear about this mess, you already know what to do. Stay tuned, girl. Okay, so let me get to talking. Okay, so spiritual warfare, yeah. As a chosen one empath, you will go through a lot of spiritual warfare. And what I mean by spiritual warfare is you'll have a lot of chaos, conflict going on inside. Like, people will be sending you negative energy. And the reason why is because a lot of times throughout life, we have been put in difficult situations. We have been put in people's lives to, teach them a lesson. And God sometimes uses us. He uses us as karma. He really do. He uses us as people's karma. Like, God has a sense of humor. Like, this is the way he does things. Like, if you sit back and think about it, you'll understand, okay, why did he do this? God, okay. Let me just say this. You would be used as a vessel a lot in your life. You would be put in people's lives, and you will be used as karma. And what I mean is that, I always gotta, on this channel, you're gonna hear about some narcissists, okay? I know I say that word a lot, but that's what this channel is about. It's about narcissistic abuse and education and learning about it. So, yes. A lot of times, as an empath, you will be put in the life of a narcissist. Why? Because you're used as, like, karma. One thing about narcissists is you're not the narcissist's first victim, no, but you are their most powerful victim. Why? Because you're connected to source. When God, when he already knows who you're gonna cross paths with. He already knows everything before it even happens, right? So when you are placed in the life of a narcissist, they just see you as any old victim, they just see you as everybody else. They don't know that you're different, you're unique. And a lot of times when you get put in a narcissist's life, they actually see you as somebody even weaker than their other victims because you have a certain spirit about you. Empaths are sometimes very soft-spoken, very sweet, very loving, giving. Other victims that they have had probably didn't come across as such a loving individual. So when you get placed in the life of a narcissist, they see you as like one of the easiest targets they probably ever had, simply because you have such a nice spirit. But they don't know that you're a very, very powerful being. Why? Because you're connected to source. They don't know that, though, because they look at you as any old victim. They don't really give a damn. So yes, see you as any old other victim. They don't really give a damn, But God knows that they don't give a damn. So that's why he said, what, since you don't give a damn, since you're gonna, go through life just doing things that aren't right, just playing with people's feelings, playing with people's minds, just, we know how narcissists get down, and like I said, there's different spectrums. There's a lot of, it's different spectrums, but, like I said, God knows that they don't give a damn. So he was okay, so since you want to, go through life like this, I'm going to send in one of my soldiers. And we're going to make it do what it do. That's kind of how it is. I'm not even going to lie. And why I look at it like that is because God knows that you're about to go through some shit with when you're in the life of a narcissist, But God also knows your mind. He also knows that you're able to take, and he's gonna make sure that it doesn't get super far to the point where maybe you lose your life or something like that. I know people have lost their lives in due to MPD abuse and stuff, things like suicide and things like that. That has happened. Yes, it has. That's not what I'm talking about today. I'm just talking about when God sends in his strongest soldiers to show that that narc lesson. You know, he will do that. So yeah. But the reason why I say that you're going to be sent as karma, because you're going to go through all that abuse, right? And then God will divinely guide you out of that situation. And the reason why I'm so strong, I'm not so strong. I'm strong. I feel like I am, but that's not what I meant to say. What I was saying is that the reason why I am very confident saying that you will be divinely guided out of that situation is because God will have to intervene, because a lot of times as chosen one empaths, we love very hard. We really do. We don't want to leave our partners. We still feel like we can, we feel like our love is going to change something, or we want to stick it out. We're going to stick it out, and we're going to make this work, blah, blah, blah. God, I'm just going to use me as an example. I wasn't in the mindset of leaving my husband. I wasn't enjoying the treatment, no. I was just in a mindset of, excuse me, okay. I was just in the mindset of, this is my husband, I'm his wife. I'm gonna, we're gonna fight through this. We're gonna make it work. Things are gonna get better one day. That was my mindset. Like, we're gonna do this. We're gonna get better. I didn't have any intention of leaving my husband. Things had to be set in place for me to leave. God had to get me out of there. It just had to become a point where I'm like, okay, you know what? This isn't gonna work. This isn't gonna work. And when I packed my bag and got on that plane that day, I knew it was God. I knew it was. I was like, yeah, this, I was very sad and distraught. Yes, I was. But it took me some time to really realize exactly what was going on. I knew that God was getting me out of there. I think because, why? He was like, mission completed. That's how he felt. Mission completed. You can go now, because now his ass is mine. That's how I feel. That's what I feel happened. So, yeah, I felt like I was used as a vessel. Yeah, I felt like I was used as a vessel, you guys. But back to spiritual warfare. When you are divinely guided out of that situation, and you are just living your life now, people like the narcissists, they tend to have a lot of flying monkeys. Because they've been smearing your name throughout the whole relationship anyway, so they have a lot of people on their side. You're already looked at the bad guy, looked at as the bad guy. You're already, he has a swarm full of people around him that thinks that you're the problem anyway. So not only is he sending you negative energy, those people around him are sending you negative energy. He's unconvinced people that you are the worst person in the world, simply because you decided to take your life back and decided that you didn't, and in my situation, like I said, my husband did discard me, but I stopped him from contacting me. So I'm sure he's talked a bunch of crap about that, and people think, that's not what this is about. But spiritual warfare is that as a chosen one empath, you will be sent so much negative energy, You have people praying on your downfall, especially in situations like this. People don't want to see you grow, especially them. They don't want to see you grow because they have been talking so much crap about you in that relationship that you growing will shed light on them, shed light on their mistakes. So they want to do whatever they can to make sure that you don't grow. Just gossiping about you, sending you the evil eye, black magic. Some people like to do spell work, all this other crazy shit. Yes, people will do things like that simply because they just don't want to see you grow, because they have painted you out as such a bad person already. You growing is going to shed light on maybe it was me. He doesn't want any of his friends, family, I'm trying my, if me growing would make my ex look really bad, simply because he painted me out as just this horrible person. Not just him, everybody around him painted me out as just this horrible person, when I was never a horrible person. I was never a horrible person to that man. Okay, nobody ever convinced me of that. That's just simply untrue. So yes, but yeah, in the mind of the narcissist and all the devious people around him that he's smeared your name to, you can't grow. They're gonna do whatever they can to make sure that you don't grow. And I know it sounds crazy, but things like I said, you guys, things like gossiping and smearing your name and talking about you, sending you evil eye, those things can have an effect on your life spiritually. And I just want all of my fellow survivors to know, if you're ever in a place of feeling stuck, stagnant, especially people, you know, and 9 times out of 10, we know when there's people around us that don't have our best interests at heart. Just know, like, if you're feeling stuck, stagnant, and just always in your head, always in your mind, you may have people around you that just simply don't want to see you grow, and it can be for their own reasons. That is very, very possible. That's very possible to happen. So that's why I'm saying, as the chosen ones, we go through a lot of spiritual warfare. Why? Because we have been put in the lives of people, unfortunately, that does not have our best interests at heart. No matter how much we love them, they do not have our best interests at heart. No matter how much they tell us they do not have our best interests at heart. Because at the end of the day, even if you do, even say you were with somebody who truly did love you, right? And things didn't work out. Things just didn't work out. If you were dealing with the person that truly, genuinely had love for you anyway, your exit, yeah, would hurt. But your exit wouldn't be to the point where they just want to see you destroyed. No, because that person actually had love for you. They acknowledge, okay, you're not happy here. You know, you can go on with your life, and I wish you the best. I wish you love, and they would throw that at you, positive stuff at you, no matter if the relationship worked out or not. Okay, but when you're dealing with the crazy ass narcissist, it's just hate thrown at you. Hate, you know, just it's just hate thrown at you. And that is causing a lot of spiritual warfare in your mind. They don't want to see you grow. They don't want to see you with nobody else. They don't want to see you, just your life expanding in a good way. They don't want to see that, because when that happens, that's shedding light on how they did you. That's shedding light on all their demons, all their flaws. You know that saying that says your light will interrupt someone's demons? You growing in the face of a narcissist after they done told everybody how horrible you are and this and that, that's shedding light on their demons. They don't want that to happen. So they're going to send you a bunch of just negative energy. Some of them do spell work, magic, all that stuff. Yes, that has happened. Simply because they don't want you to grow. And that's for their own good. You guys gotta know this stuff, okay? You guys gotta know this stuff. Yes, I hope you guys understand exactly what I'm saying. And another thing that a lot of chosen people, empaths go through is that we hold a level of compassion and empathy. So we may be in the midst of a bunch of people who maybe genuinely depends on us, because the love that an empath gives people is just very sincere, and you can't get it from everybody. You really can't. So you may be in the midst of like a situation where a lot of people depend on you, because your love is like everything. So you may be in the midst of people that really depends on you. You know, they depend on you because you show everybody so much love. You know, and people want to have you to themselves a lot, you know. So if you are in the midst of like a situation where a lot of people want you to themselves, and you may have an opportunity to do something different or something like that, you know, you may have a lot of people hold on to you, don't want you to like grow. And a lot of people go through that. So I'm just using that as an example. Like, if you feel like you're in a situation where you have an opportunity to do something different, but you have people trying to like keep you stuck to them, or maybe convincing you that that's not a good thing to do, and things like that. It can be that somebody's trying to hold on to you because they don't know if they're going to get that character out of anybody else, you know. And yeah, you know, it can be because the person loves you, yeah, but at the end of the day, somebody is supposed to love you so much that they can let you go because they see that you may have a different opportunity. It's just certain situations. Like, there's a lot of situations where that happens. Even, you know, kids that maybe want to go to college and their parents are trying to hold on to them or something. I'm just using that as an example. You just be put in a lot of situations where somebody wants to hold on to you, you know, because they just can't let you go. And although It may be because that person loves you, but that's very selfish, you know. So yes, empaths, we may get put in situations like that too. So that's another example. Yeah, and I think I've already said this, but it's just coming to my head a little stronger to like explain it deeper. A lot of empaths are always targeted out, and like I said, you guys, it's just, you have a light to you. Your light interrupts people demons. And that made me think of this movie. One of my favorite movies. I love it. It's called An American Crime. It is a true story about a little girl. Well, she wasn't little. I think she was like in her, she was a teenager. I forgot her age, but her name is Sylvia Likens or whatever. And it was a true story. It was a true story. And it's a really good movie. And like I said, it's a true story. So if you're into that kind of thing, I know I'm into that. Whenever I find out a movie is a true story, I go do my research on the real people. Like, that's what I do with every movie that I find out is true. I'm like, oh, that's true. Let me go. I want to see the real thing. So yeah. But yeah, it's a true story. Really old. I think it's back in the 50s. But her name is Sylvia Likens. And if I can post a picture of the movie, I would do that. So, and they have it free on YouTube. So if you guys want to go watch it, go watch it. But it was a really good movie. I'm not gonna tell all of it. I'm just gonna say Sylvia, she was a very nice girl. It was her and her sister Jenny. Yeah, Sylvia and Jenny. Yeah, their parents were like, they traveled a lot, and Sylvia and Jenny ran into a group of kids on the bus, and the group of kids followed them home, and they went there. I'm gonna try to explain. But yeah, when they got there, the kids had a very, like, they were raised by their single mother, right? And the mother was very overwhelmed. She had like, I think it was like 6 kids up in there, very overwhelmed. She was like in her 50s, had a freaking baby. She was like she was like 50 and she had like a newborn baby. So she was she had a lot going on. So she offered to take the girls in because the parents were looking for somebody to keep their kids. I don't know why they would choose her. They didn't even know her, but yeah, she offered to take the girls in for $20 a week, and they all agreed on it. So Sylvia and Jenny stayed with the woman and her children. Everybody seemed to get along at first, but Sylvia ended up being targeted by not just the kids, but the mother too. Because Sylvia was just a very sweet girl, and I feel like she shed light on the mother's demons, you know, because she had a daughter that was Sylvia's age, was getting pregnant, you know, messing with married men. Sylvia was a very like pure, sweet girl, and they just didn't like her, you guys. They just didn't like her. So I don't want to tell all the movie, but I just think that is an example of, you know, being an empath chosen one. It's a really good movie. It's called An American Crime. If I could post a picture of it, I would. Okay, you guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's really short. I just wanted to make sure I get some message out, you know. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'm about to go in there and make me something to eat. I've been really into making chicken, like I put like shrimp, chicken, Caesar salads. It's been so good. It's been so good, you guys. I do like the bed of lettuce, the shrimp, the chicken. I put like a little bit of Parmesan cheese, some croutons, dressing. So good, oh my gosh. So that's what I'm about to make. But yeah, like I always say, while life takes its course, always remember to just breathe. Ta-ta now.